It looks cold, and I was here at 8 a.m. and some of you were here. So I got this incredible sort of trick. It's kind of like a mind trick. It's a quite sort of spiritual thing to help you warm up. All right, so just do what I do, right? Ready? Jump, jump, jump for Jesus. Jump, jump, jump for Jesus. Jump for Jesus. Jump for Jesus. Jump for Jesus to go away. All right.
Who can follow that but Mr. Eddie Izzard? Hello, America. Thank you for the weather. If you know anything that I know, I tend not to write things down. I tend to I don't make it all up as I go along, but I just tend to add a little bit. But I thought I should write something, try and write, because it's a rally and talk to people. The first line that came out of my fingers, because I was doing that as opposed to my pen, it was to say to you today, and I don't know if this is the right thing, but anyway, say if God was alive today, he'd be proud that America has Obamacare. Of course, he isn't alive because God died in the Second Punic War against Scipio Africanus. But it's great to be here. I think if God, no one talks about God's father. If God did exist, what would his dad have said? And God was probably a fighty little guy saying, "Oh, I can do stuff." And his dad's going, "No, you're never going to do anything." He says, "Oh, I could be a god one day." Well, I don't know. What, like Caesar Augustus? Yeah, like that, mate. Who did manage God status at the end. Well done to him after killing a lot of people. But I don't believe in God. I have two proofs for not believing in God. First of all, God, if you're there, we're here in Washington, come down now. If you're there, this is a pretty good time. I'm sure Fox News would love it. Just come down, say hello. I have been around the world talking my strangely crafted bollocks that I talk, and he never comes down. And this weather isn't from God. If God was in charge of the weather, what was all those tornadoes that go down the Bible Belt? What does that mean? That weather is just weather, ladies and gentlemen. So God, just come on. Why don't do it? Because I don't believe in God, but if he's there, fine. Fine, okay. We just got some questions about World War II. What the fudge cake was going on there? 50 million, did it have to go that high? So I don't believe it. Also, if God does turn up, we do assume that he would have a deep voice. That is one thing. You do assume he would, "Hi, I am here and I am God." But he could turn up and go, "Hello, I'm God." And he'd have to come through the trees or something. He couldn't just walk on. If he just walked on it, you go, "That's not God." "Hello." So you'll go, yeah, I was just backstage having a coffee. And it wouldn't change. No one would go, because in Europe, it's kind of different to here. I know you've got God going on, and there was a woman from Romania talking about Eastern Europe, but we really have moved beyond God in Britain for certain. Interestingly, in politics, no one gets elected. In America, you've got to say, "God bless America." No one says, "God bless Europe." No one says, "God bless the UK." You can't get elected with that. Interesting, huh? So the times, they are changing, and it is a good thing. My other proof of God, that there is no God, is that God should have flicked Hitler's head off. Surely, if there is a God, he should have just flicked Hitler's head off. What is he waiting for? There were some clues there. Hitler wrote a book called Mein Kampf, which is German for "I'm going to kill everyone." That's a little clue. He did those huge speeches at Nuremberg where he said, "I'm going to kill everyone." And all the Nazis were there going, Nazis, yeah. Kill everyone. Good idea. And everyone. And it would be so easy for God, using the long arm, just like Monty Python, just come down and just flick Hitler's head off right at a big bit. And another thing. And all the Nazis. Nazis. Hans, his head's come off. Hitler's head's come off. Hey guys, I think Hitler's head's come off. It's just behind. Oh, fucking SS. I think it's all over. I think his head's come off. It's his fucking head. Hans, it's all over. Want a swastika? Swastika? Turn it inside out. It's good luck in India. It is. It's an Indian symbol. Good luck. Bizarro, huh? God should have done that. Even when Mrs. Hitler, who was called Schicklgruber, I think that, when she had the baby, surely the baby should come out, hey, what should we call it? Adolf. And suddenly the head goes, boom, and just drops off. Oh, it's broken. All right. And if people say God's not supposed to get involved, then what the fuck are we going into the buildings for and doing all the mumbling on Sundays? The Sunday mumbling must add up to something. 50 million dead. When do you come in? Even the German army tried to kill Hitler. And no, if God exists, you go, no, I'm going to stop that. What? He's not there, kids. He's just not there. And also, if he is there, he could be French. No, honestly, because you always assume, if English is your first language, you assume that God will come down, I am here. But he could come down and, je suis ici. Je suis Dieu, et je suis ici, maintenant. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez? Je suis le Dieu. And we'd all be going, oh, shit, didn't do, bon Dieu, I didn't do much of the, oh, fine. And then he'd have to go, I was in the sky, I did not how, what, you don't speak French? Why? I didn't, because all the French people think, if they're religious, they think, in German, they think he's German, and Russian people think he speaks Russian. They obviously don't wake up, they don't have dreams with him, speaking in English. Anyway, so isn't it? So you people, you've got an election coming up, so you are the thinking people, you're the self-choosing, chosen people, Not chosen by God. You chose using your own brain power to come, to do, to think, to stand up, to come out of the closet and say this stuff. You know how much it takes to do this. I'm a transvestite. I've come out of 2 closets. It's amazing. There's truckloads of closets out there. So the stuff, you need to know stuff which I've learned from Wikipedia, which is really good to learn. No, it's good because there's a lot of good stuff in there. So, beginning of time, right? The beginning of time. There's 2 beginnings of time. There's the religious one where the world started 6,000 years ago, and then there's the science one. It started 4,500 million years ago. They're not the same. They don't overlap. In the Venn diagram, if Venn was here doing Venn diagrams, there's no fucking mix on that one. They're 2 separate circles, miles apart, right? And religious people do tend to say, well, science is just full of theories. Well, religion is just full of stories. They're not even theories. It's one level below. It's just what somebody said. Having said that, I think the stuff in the Bible, the stories are probably true. They're handed down through history. It's the mystical top coat. And then they went to the clouds and had a baby in a sunspot or something like that. All that stuff up there. No, but the downstairs stuff. Mr. Jeezy Creasy, yeah? I think he was a real bloke called Yeshua or Joshua. Jesus is the Greek version of the name. And if he did stuff as a human, fantastic. What an amazing thing. If he's the Son of God, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to be magic. You've got magic powers. You're doing water and wine, fish into gerbils, whatever you do. So the beginning of time, 4,500 million years ago, that's when the world started spinning, yeah, boom, boom, boom. In the religious version, it's all this Genesis. God made the world in 6 days. The first day he made jam, helicopters, baked potatoes, rabbits, dogs, fish, Gunga Din, helicopters and rabbits. 2 more rabbits, the rabbits were getting on. Tuesday, he made spoons, Krakatoa, the Virgin Islands, trains, cake, socks and dung. The 3rd day, he said, I got to get a list because I'm just making shit up here. By the finish of Saturday, he'd done everything, he'd made stuff, everything he could. And then the 7th day, he prayed. There was no one about, so he prayed to himself. Dear me, I'm fantastic. Look what I've made, a big spinny thing. That's great. Then he did a bit of singing, praying at the hymns. Kumbaya, myself, kumbaya, kumbaya, myself, kumbaya. And then from the 8th day, what did he do? If he exists, why did he do this beginning of time, 4,500 million years ago? From day 8 up to us, there's nothing.